Hi everyone, welcome back to my lockdown diaries. This is Shashwat here, and these diaries are my repositories of thoughts and experiences as we go through these quarantine days in India. So, the big news today is a very unfortunate tragedy that has occurred in the morning today. There was a LG polymer plant that was being manufacturing unit that was being opened in Vizag, and there was a poisonous gas leak which resulted in almost 11 people dying and hundreds getting injured. Uh, this incident is very reminiscent of the Bhopal gas tragedy that was there back in 1980s. It was the biggest industrial disaster that had happened anywhere in the world, and this one is, it's scary and it reminds you of that. The problem that we are facing, and there were also reports that there were other similar kind of incidents on a smaller scale happening in Raipur and other places. The problem that we are going to face right now is we have to understand these manufacturing units, especially which handle such hazardous chemicals and these kind of substances. They have been closed down for over a month. There was a sudden lockdown. These guys, these manufacturing units would not have got a chance to deal with this crisis, and they had to just shut it down. No one would have imagined that this will get stretched on for so long. Now, when they are going back to their units and they are trying to restart the thing, these kind of accidents will be very much on the cards and very much dangerously possible. So, what is expected out of companies right now is to take extra care. They have to be more responsible in their actions. They have to be more, cautious in their approach when they do these kind of things. Speaking about the kind of accidents that we have, unfortunately, India has a very bad record of corporates being made to pay for their lackadaisical approach to environment safety and these kind of incidents. The best example, of course, as I spoke, was the Bhopal gas tragedy, where Union Carbide, the then company, which was subsequently has been bought by Dow Chemicals, and they literally went scot free. Forget that, other conglomerates, say the best one that I can recall is the Ansal Group in the Upahar theatre tragedy, where so many people died. Or you had the recent one, the Jaipur oil refinery case, where again quite many people died, but no one really paid for those kind of thing. So the problem that we face is the mechanism and the legislations, while they are there in paper, they don't really are not enforced in the manner they could be. Of course, on the compensatory front, the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, he has declared cash, doled out cash money to all these victims, 1 crore to the family of dead, and 10 lakh rupees, and so on and so forth. He has committed that money, but money can't be a substitute for human life, and that is what my earnest hope and request to all the corporates that are there, especially in the manufacturing side, who are in this chemical industry. They're working with all these hazard chemicals. They have to be careful and cautious in their approach. Now, speaking about responsibility, there's another interesting aspect to it. Recently, there was this survey done by Edelman. It was called as a Trust Barometer report. So what they did was they quizzed close to 12,000 people across 12 different countries, spread across Europe, US, India was part of that. So in each of these countries, what they did was they took 1,000 respondents. They did an online survey. The objective was to find out what are the consumer expectations from their brand in these trying times. You see, what happens in normal circumstances and any normal day, we expect the companies to behave in a certain fashion. We expect this companies to be conscious about their impact on people, on planet, and those kind of that's customary. But in these trying times, are there any different expectations? Do the consumers are looking out for any sort of proactive approach that these companies can take. So that survey was meant to find out that, and not surprisingly, it had an enormous response where the respondents spoke about how they expect their brands to deal with this crisis in a very proactive manner. So, for instance, almost 1/3 of the correspondents on a global scale spoke about how they are gonna virtually punish the brands if they don't do enough on this front. They almost 60% in India respondents, they spoke about how they would cease to buy from brands that are seen not doing enough for the pandemic relief. Similarly, there were a lot of other parameters that they were conscious about. They want the brands to be communicative, they want their brands to be positive, they don't want them to be to raise the panic. Also, very importantly, they want the brands to be very much conscious for the welfare of their own employees. A lot of these respondents have spoken about how they would like their companies to not be unfair to their employees and not sack them and all. So that is the kind of expectations that people have from the brand, and these are very trying times. So I was wondering, what can be done in these, how can brands communicate better? So leveraging on my own experience, so I have been into the media for past 2 decades and my own experiences in brand communication. I thought, if there was some way, if there was some manner in which I could bring out or sum up the whole approach that a brand could take, and that's when I thought I'll create a system, a small unique measurable system that can any brand can adopt in their communication philosophy. So I've just dubbed it as the happy approach to brand communication. Each of these happy stands not only for the positive feeling that it brings, but also each of these letters stand for they respond to one of the meanings that are there, that point that is important, which is relevant to brand communication. So what is happy? So let me just delve quickly into that. Happy, H stands for honest. The most important factor that brands need to be is be honest to their customers. They need to give to them what is the truth right now. They don't want any exaggerated stuff. They don't know any they don't want any playing down of stuff. Everything is very much evident these days. So you want your brand to be honest. A stands for affirmative. You want the communication should be positive. It should be hopeful. It should give consumer, we are all suffering in this agonizing times, right? We need some kind of hope to be able to deal with this thing. So the communication should be affirmative, purposeful. We for the past quite many years, there's a greater expectation from the brands to be purposeful. In that sense, profit with purpose is what the most common philosophical strain that is talked about with companies today. You need to be responsible, you need to be purposeful, you need to explain, you need to show your own efforts and actions that you're taking on this front. So that's purposeful. The second P stands for practical. You need to be practical in your approach. You don't want to be talking too fancy stuff out of the world. You shouldn't be dealing with, you have to be very straight and practical. No, especially one of the things that came out in the survey also was humor is not liked too much in these times. So don't try to be humorous in your communication. It has to be more practical. And finally, the Y is yogic. Yogic stands for calm. You have to be calm and very much relaxing. The communication should not increase anxiety. It should not increase any sort of panic in the user. So so these are a couple of things. And to give you an instance, there are quite a few brands that are already doing that. Given my own experience, I on a day-to-day basis I get a lot of mails from company which are talking about the work that they are doing. Many companies are into food distribution. There are hundreds and thousands of meals that are being given. A lot of companies are giving the PPEs to medical doctors and everyone. And in fact, I have created a special section on my sustainabilityzero.com where all these efforts are listed. I just created the whole COVID-19, that section is there which talks about this thing. But what we are talking about is not your typical CSR social centric approach. We are talking about a very positive approach to communication. And in these times, the companies that do well will stand out. Some examples that I can quickly give you is one of the things that I really loved was recently in HT, Lifebuoy had come with a full page advertisement talking about how you should be washing hands. And in that advertisement, while they were talking about the benefit of washing hands to deal with this epidemic, they were not plugging their brand exclusively, because there's one beautiful line out there which says you can use any soap from Dettol, from this, from that, and they listed out a list of Lux and everything. Any soap is good for washing. So now they were not trying to score a brownie point. They were not trying to exploit the situation. The other example is Diageo India. They had the alcohol manufacturer is creating sanitizers now. Yeah, so that's interesting. Tatas are doing a lot of this work. There's Amar Chitrakuta that has opened up its own the whole library for a month or so for readers to, when they are sitting at home and reading their comics. There are HCL concerts now. If you recall, some time back I was speaking about how all these music maestros could be there. HCL Concerts is doing that thing on a day-to-day basis. Every day at 7 p.m. they are having one of these interesting concerts that are going on. I think so. Tomorrow is Rakesh Chaurasia, Hari Prasad Chaurasia's son will be doing a live, Facebook live kind of a thing. So yeah, so a lot of companies are doing this, and I just hope that in a brand that consciously follows these principles, a brand that consciously communicates, will be the one that will be able to when this crisis is over, will be very much loved, respected, and of course profit from this thing. It's not as if we tend to remember, the Indian ethos is such that we tend to remember people who stand by in our bad times. So yeah, so at these times, at these trying times, the brand also need to understand that thing and try to show that they care, not only through their words, not only through their communication, but also through their actions. So this is just my thought. If you want to understand or read more, you can check my sustainabilityzero.com. There's an article that I've pinned on it, and it's there out there, so you can check that one. In the meantime, so that's about it for today from me. I will catch you again tomorrow. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and don't forget to wash your hands. Bye bye.